Sonic Central! On top of the IGN footage of Sonic Frontiers throughout the entire month, and Sonic Origins coming out on the 23rd, we now have a Sonic Central, 10 to 15 minutes of Sonic news. It's gonna be epic. Let's get into it. Oh wow. Actually managed to wake up before 12 p.m. That's nice. The sound. Rated pending to everyone. Seika! Best time of the year. Step off Nintendo Direct. That's not even announced yet.
Welcome everyone to Sonic
Izuka.
Central. Last year we celebrated the 30th anniversary
I love that
of
office.
everyone's favorite blue hedgehog.
Thank you for making it such an incredible year. And now, this year is shaping up to be our biggest yet.
In April, we saw the incredible
His English has
success of
improved.
Sonic
That's
the
awesome.
Hedgehog 2.
I want his
Right.
shirts.
We
I want
could
both
not
their
have done
shirts.
it without-
I'm gonna love watching those animated cutscenes. Those look hits. It's Tyson Hess. What can I say? That was a good cut. What? Playing as Sonic in a Sonic game? Oh my god! So this is just sort of a sizzle reel of like what they've already talked about and whatnot. But I'm okay with that. This is always nice to see. Oh my god, is that the Sega Harmony artwork? That's nice. It's always good to have that chronicled.
Celebrate Sonic Central in Sonic Speed Simulator on Roblox.
Nice. That's actually a ton of fun. I've been playing a bit of it.
Introducing the new chemical plant, where Eggman has kidnapped the Electric Chow and is using their life force to power up Metal Sonic. Exclusively
Ooh.
for Sonic Central, unlock Amy Chow using a designated code.
Might have to put that
Free
in.
the Electric Chow and reprogram Metal Sonic. Join the fight against Eggman on June 11th.
Available now. Oh,
This
it's
summer,
available now,
unlock
the game.
Special movie. In November, Super
Ooh.
Shadow is joining the battle. This
Black Knight-
Halloween, watch out for Mephilus the Dark. Show off
Mephilus?
your greatest achievements with
Mephilus?
player banners.
I'm not mad, but
Welcome Sir Percival
Oh.
in Sonic Dash
Black
and
Knight
also in Sonic Dash
representation,
Plus on
let's
Apple
go.
Arcade. The new Netflix animated series, Sonic Prime, is coming soon. Here is a sneak peek of our new show for our ultimate fans watching Sonic Central.
Let's go. Oh, wow. Oh. This is looking good. Shadow. Ooh, and he looked good too. I was wondering if it was Shadow, because of course, like the trail and the spin dash, but I wanted to make sure. Yo! Who's gonna be voicing him?
Got deleted scenes.
Stone, what did you put in the coffee? Can you handle it?
Hilarious bloopers.
I can't believe they actually
Beans in his
had...
hair.
Tons of fun moments from behind the
Actually-
scenes on set. And to top it off, an
They made
exclusive
Robotnik do the
animated
funny
short which
mushrooms
takes
in the
place
cut version
right
of the
after
movie.
events of Sonic 2, right now or soon. Similar. Do now.
But how can I watch that now while I'm watching Sonic Central? Oh, ooh, let's
This
see.
year, we have exciting products from around the world.
I'm always interested in the merch.
Straight from Angel Island.
Yo!
All new Knuckles-inspired G Fuel.
Let's
Available
go!
this summer. Go toe-to-toe with Dr. Eggman with the Eggmobile Battle Set.
Oh!
Destroy that meddlesome hedgehog with 5 configurations straight from the game.
Oh, that's sick!
Available this fall from Jack Specific. Level up your Xbox gaming experience.
I want that
with this
controller,
Sonic
but
the
it's
Hedgehog wireless controller and
$200.
quick charging stand by Razer. Available this summer. More Art introduces beautiful new art.
Oh!
Handmade silkscreen prints are a celebration of the
I
Sonic
have
timeline
that.
as
I'll have to show you.
embraces
I have
towards
a
the
couple of
future.
those.
Introducing Hype and Sonic the Hedgehog Capsule Collection.
Hey!
Featuring energetic designs inspired by the high-octane speedster himself. Check out the upcoming collectibles.
Oh!
First 4 figure
Yo!
statues of Amy Rose and Miles Tails Prower. Have fun on the go.
Pez
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles
dispensers,
are now
let's
available
go.
as Pez dispensers. Showcase your controller, or just
I
have
like
a place
that.
to rest. the music continues.
Excuse me?
Stay tuned for the return of the Sonic the Hedgehog Symphony. Relive the magic of the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony Concert live and in person.
What? What?
Watch iconic moments from Sonic's history come to life on the big screen
person?
alongside a full symphony orchestra. With a few new surprises in store.
Oh my god! It's gonna be like what do you mean in person? Brazil Game Show this October. Oh, okay. Tour dates. Tour dates.
Tour dates and info coming soon.
I'm gonna have to, like, put a pin in that.
To celebrate Sonic Frontiers, we are excited to present a sneak peek of a new animated special. Featuring Knuckles and taking place before the events of the game. We hope you enjoy this exclusive first look.
What? What?
We look forward to sharing the entire short later this year, prior to the release of Sonic Frontiers.
Bro. Wait. Let's go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, that's so cool! That's such a cool idea for a boss! Oh my god. No release date still, that's interesting.
Hey Sonic fans, want to see more of Sonic Frontiers?
Yes!
Then be sure to visit IGN.com right now and all June long, because Sonic Frontiers is the IGN first cover story.
Okay, and then at the same time as the Sonic Central, we have the hands-on impression with IGN. I just want to check this out, see what it's all about. So let's get into it.
Let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue blur will fare in this unfamiliar genre, well, I think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright.
That's reassuring. I always had hope for this game. I think it looks great.
The first thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emerald. There's no one for Sonic to
I really like the piano work that I think Otani is doing. His music typically blows me away.
Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to see what Izuka-san means.
4
Sonic
hours!
Frontiers is open zone or a line of rings that you can lightspeed dash into.
Ooh, Lightspeed Dash is back.
Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build. But this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement
That's
in the
a
final
big
version.
thing.
Beyond that,
Sonic's new tricks. This is sounding really, really hopeful.
Sonic Frontiers, which now has you fighting all sorts of wandering enemies and mini-bosses.
Those designs are so cool. I love those.
Flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad, and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing.
Oh, shit!
Also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes. One of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played is that
That's
there
the
are
coolest
usually
attack.
multiple ways so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you, or you can even use Sonic's side loop
parry the
to
blades,
encircle the enemy,
okay.
which causes the shell to go
Sick.
flying upwards.
I want to see more of the parrying. That sounds like it could be really, really cool tech.
Defeating these enemies will reward you with EXP that you can use to purchase new skills from a skill tree.
I knew
which
it.
gives Sonic Frontiers. Some of the later skills that you can get are just unbelievably cool. And it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with
That!
ways that
I
Sonic can
love that
enemies.
attack.
These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to boost the Titan
Asura.
to slam the ground and then boost up its
Interest-
arm in
I
order
like
to
that
reach
name,
the weak
Asura.
spots on its head. It's an
Guess you could
ambitious
say we're
prospect,
facing
far
Asura's
beyond
wrath.
anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's in order to collect
I am-
portal gears,
Oh,
which open up portals
wait.
that lead to like being the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and so on, with each goal rewarding you.
Red
with
rings are
gold,
back,
which are
baby.
needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds.
Okay. That gear.
Sonic Frontiers is an exciting new step forward for the Sonic series into uncharted territory, and based on my time with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season.
Of course.
There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed, and the big boss fights could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely. Thanks for watching, and tune into IGN for more Sonic Frontiers coverage as part of IGN First. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Alright, so that was like 99% incredibly reassuring. And let's see if there's any like extra little sizzle reel. Oh yeah, we've already seen this before. So there's a couple things I wanted to go back and like look into. So it was...
And serene it was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island.
So we know that Tails, Amy, and Knuckles are going to be in it. We already knew like Amy was in it because of that Japanese trailer that had like the Amy subtitles, and then I think Colleen O'Shaughnessy said that she was reprising her role as Tails in this game. But with that animated like snippet from the Frontiers prologue, Knuckles is going to be in it too. So I wonder what he's going to have with the significance here, because like of course the Chaos Emeralds, maybe the Master Emeralds tied to it. I really want to see what they're going to plan to do with these characters, because at least we have like 4 or 5 in. We have Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, Amy, and whatever this AI voice is, it's probably the pink-haired girl they showed from that Tails Tube episode. That's just what I'm thinking.
Linear open zones.
Right here.
One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around.
So that's like one of the big complaints that I've heard, and I think on the surface it's kind of understandable, because like when you look at other Sonic games like Bullet Station Rail Canyon from Sonic Heroes, there are of course these rails that are just suspended hundreds of yards in the sky, and it's like they are floating. Like other examples are Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Unleashed. Like at least I think a lot of people say that like they're built into something, like they end off at like a building's curve or like a platform's curve. But right now it seems like they're just like literally in the middle of the level, like just sort of sporadically placed. But what I think is maybe this is something that he didn't talk about because he only played, like you said, 4 hours of it, is that parts of where you open the world up will give these rails and springs and things a bit more context and a bit more placement, if that makes any sense.
Which isn't totally unusual for a Sonic game, but it feels especially jarring in Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise very naturalistic art style.
I think that the pop-in thing is like the only real thing that I've seen that's like, yeah, that could use some work. Like everything else about the game is like, okay, this is really exciting to see. This feels like a real change for Sonic. I know that it's using a lot of like the Force's elements. Force is bad, and I understand why people would be concerned about that, but it feels like they're going back to some other boost game sort of proprieties. Not proprieties, it's barely even a word, I think. But like, there was the trick system that they had, and even though the animation looked a little bit like stiff, like it's good that they brought that back. I think that, and I doubt that it'll be back, but I feel like drifting would also help. Like the drift would be really cool to have come back. But if it's not in, it's like, that's not a deal breaker for me.
Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build, but this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final version.
Right there. Right there. He said it's an early build. Like, he pretty much confirmed, yeah, this is an older build from the game. Like, maybe late 2021, early 2022. Of course, it never gave any specific dates because that's probably Sonic Team Sega internal information. But that was the big thing because a lot of people were like, oh, the gameplay footage was recorded in May of 2021, so that means it's probably the most recent build. But it's like, if it was recorded in May 2021, that doesn't say when the build was made and finalized. That's the big thing. So at least we have concrete confirmation, at least as far as this goes, that the builds we have been seeing of Sonic Frontiers, for the most part, have been earlier. So, like, some of these pop-ins and issues and any bugs that have been, like, seen, like, behind closed doors have probably been fixed or are being fixed.
New side loop ability.
I like the ability, like, I feel like this will test your sort of reaction time, and I think that's, like, a decent ability for, like, Sonic to learn about. Like, I guess for the player to try to master, if that makes any sense.
Tiles, or use Sonic's new side loop ability to...
Side loop. So we have, I think, a name for the sort of new spinning move, because originally, through the leak and stuff, the leaks, it was called, at the time, the spin cycle. And it seems like the name has changed. Side loop sounds cooler, in my opinion.
The best ones, though, are the races against the clock, where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time. The openness of Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton of fun, because you have to try and improvise a path to the end that might not be immediately obvious.
I definitely like hearing that there's sort of these races, at least, inspire you to make your own path, or like it's not just like a necessarily linear thing, like point A to point B might be a linear goal, but the way you get about it is what matters. You're like, it's all up to you. That's definitely reassuring. Just the idea of Sonic in an open world, open zone is beautiful to me, because I just want to be Sonic running around as fast as possible, acting like a goober.
And by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing.
I want to go back in some of the footage and see if parrying has already been shown, because the idea of a Sonic parry is really cool, and honestly it makes me just want like another traditional Sonic fighting game. I want to see footage of Sonic parrying the blades, because the guy, like this same guy, Mitchell, he was probably just showing it off, but he was constantly attacking the shield and stuff, like the blades, and I just want to see Sonic parry it. Like, I just want to see him go, get that shit out of here. Fight like a real robot thing.
Defeating these enemies will reward you with EXP that you can use to purchase new skills from a skill tree, which gives Sonic Frontiers a really nice feeling of power progression.
I really want to see what this skill tree entails, because I imagine it's going to be like pretty much every other skill tree in video games. I had a feeling, I knew for a fact, that they were not showing off all of the combos and the abilities. I want to see what Sonic can do at his max power, because I bet you this man could just total entire armies of giant robots. I want to see what this game has in store.
Even in just the relatively short amount of time that I played. Some of the later skills that you can get are just
That's so cool, though!
And it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies beyond just spins, jumps, and bumps.
I definitely like the, I know that some people tend to throw this word around, but the very shonen feel of Sonic kind of feels like it's come back a bit with this game. Because, like, that little kick, that that literally felt like something out of My Hero Academia, which, you know me, I'm all for. So one thing I like, at least with this boss design, something that's a little bit interesting to me is these sort of red reverse dash panels, because that makes you think, I can't just, like, run through every time. I gotta either time in the blue ones or do what he did and jump. And so it looked like here, when he was saying, like, I would fly off the boss's arm and not know why.
Reason lacked the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and...
So yeah, okay, actually, wait a minute. So...
the momentum needed to actually reach the head.
Yeah, like, he gets this first one, but then he runs in the second one. And then I think because he was still, like, holding forward, and he must have tilted a little bit or something, that's when he went to the second one, and then it just sort of flings him off. So maybe that's a glitch, maybe that's something he did from his inputs. We don't know. But I also like how you can climb on the bosses as well. Like, it's not just limited to some of those temples.
Which open up portals that lead to bite-sized linear stages, done in the style of previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles.
So that's what those gears were for. You have to collect them, and then they give you the access to those, like, well, what the leak said, the cyberspace levels, like the kind of generations-ish ones. I really think that, like, with those levels, especially depending on how many there are, because I feel like there's got to be a minimum of 7, like, at least 1 for each emerald. But I feel like if they have, like, bonus ones and stuff, I think that this could be, like, a really, really good mix of this new Sonic open zone style and sort of that classic sort of linear, get straight to the point gameplay.
But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely.
That's what is kind of relieving for me to hear. Like, of course, there are some things to fix because the last, like, 10% of a game's development is the most crucial. It's making sure that everything comes together and usually kind of helps decide whether a delay is worth it or not. Of course, like, delays can happen at any period in development, but I think that, like, down the stretch, like, if we have enough time to patch everything out, if we have enough time to fix everything or implement everything, the last 10% of a game, its development, super crucial. But the fact that they're speaking, I guess, so highly of this, and I know a lot of people are like, "Ugh, IGN bad," and it's like, it depends on who's reporting and who's playing, but the Mitchell guy, I believe, is like a self-proclaimed really big Sonic fan, and I'd take his word for it, definitely. So the fact that you might say, oh, well, there's a little bit of bias there with him being a Sonic fan, but, like, I just have this feeling that he's being, like, completely, like, for the most part, honest about it. And, like, he even said, oh yeah, it's not, like, perfect or anything. So that kind of gives credence to, it's good, it needs a bit of work, but there's a lot more good than there is, like, bad or just, like, middling. So far, I'm very hopeful with this idea of sort of the open zone Sonic. I want to see where the rest of it develops. I genuinely think they should have opened this month off with a proper trailer and then done all of this. I don't think the little, like, 30-ish second preview and then that first trailer, like, I can understand. That was a weird reveal. I can definitely understand why some people, like, defaulted to thinking that this game's not going to be good. But I think that, like, with every new bit of footage we've seen, and even some of the stuff we've heard, I think that, like, this gets better with each and every reveal. Of course, me being the big Sonic fan I am, this is going to be a day one pickup, so is Origins. But I'm very excited for the future of Sonic. If they, like, of course, there's always the chance things could go wrong, but if this is good, like, at least, like, really, like, pretty good, really good, I think that 2022 could be Sonic's most successful year. And I love that.